It's live from the RMTV. I'm your host, Rubini Moon, and today we're going to be playing Man of Medan. But first, there's some changes that you might notice. And that is, we're not just going live on Twitch. We're also going live on YouTube. Now, I don't know, I have been debating whether or not I want to go live on DLive as well. Right now, the answer is no. But it's not out of the question. You might be wondering, why am I doing this? Why am I suddenly streaming on multiple platforms? Well, the simple answer is I can. Because I am no longer a Twitch affiliate. That's right. I decided to walk away from the Twitch affiliate program. Why, you might ask? Well, there's multiple reasons why. There's a series of reasons why. But I guess the gist of it is I don't want to be restrained to just Twitch anymore. But I also don't want to abandon Twitch. So really the only way for me to still stream on Twitch and also expand is to simply get rid of the exclusivity clause. Which is basically just leave the contract altogether. So that's what I did over the weekend. Some people might call me crazy for doing that. I'm looking at options, okay? And while I love Twitch, and I don't want to leave Twitch at all, I also have conflict with Twitch. And I also don't want to just stream on Twitch. Because, I don't know if you've noticed lately, but Twitch is being a little bit sketchy. Just a little bit. For a while, they, the whole, view count situation where, for a good amount of my streams, the view counts have not been correct at all. 1 second. The view counts have not been correct at all. And, I don't really care about the view counts, but I do care when they're wrong. Because Twitch especially is built to where you kind of have to rely on viewers, right? A lot of the stuff that Twitch rewards you on is based on the amount of viewers you have, as well as other things. But really, the number one thing that really pushes you out there is the amount of viewers. And I've been pulling viewers, and I've been noticing that I've been pulling viewers, but Twitch always says that I don't. And it's always been weird. For example, for a while, the raid stuff wasn't working correctly. The raid alerts would never show up whenever I raided people. And I don't know why. It's not like we don't have viewers. It's like we do. It's just that it would never show up correctly. Which is weird. And then when we rebranded, it worked for a few moments. And then it stopped working again. Which is annoying. Because, I don't want to have to, worry about these things. Because I don't necessarily worry about these things. But when it comes to fairness and being fair, that's where I have concerns with. Because I feel like it's good to be fair. I feel like I want my fair shot. On one hand, I don't necessarily care about the the view count specifically, but on the other hand, I do care about having a fair shot at all of this. There's been a few changes as well, not just the whole Twitch affiliate thing. But also, I am no longer going to be playing um, alerts. Well, sound alerts, I should say. There's been a few changes on how that works. Okay, so usually when you follow or you host or do something else, a song plays. But that's not going to be the case anymore. Now, I don't believe that any of the songs that I did use would actually get me DMCA'd, but I'm not risking it. I'm not going to fight that battle. So what I've decided to do instead is have Ruby T800 give out the notifications now. So now, when you follow, this is what happens. Yeah. Did that work? I don't think this is working. This is not working. It's awkward. Apparently the alerts aren't working. Okay, shush. Okay, hang on. What's happening? There should be alerts. Maybe it just didn't go through. Let me try it again.
Wake_N_Biaki is now following.
There we go. That's what happens when you follow now. And when you do everything else. So, like, if you were to host, where's the host alert? You guys have definitely hosted at some point, right? Where's the host? Like, if you rated, for example.
Indeed rated my stream with 32 viewers.
That's what happens. And that is also the official Ruby T800 voice. Man and Medan is from the same creators as Until Dawn, basically. So it's in that same genre. I don't really know what it's about. I just know that it's in the same esque as Until Dawn. That's all I know. And I think it takes place on a boat. I think it takes place like out in sea. That's literally like all I know. But yeah, it's from the same people that made Until Dawn. Except it's not, PlayStation exclusive. Yeah. Very interesting indeed. Right now I'm waiting for it to download anyways, so that's why I'm going through these things. So yes, I am streaming on YouTube and Twitch. You guys can look at the chat on screen. When it has the YouTube logo, like right here, that means they're on YouTube. When it has the Twitch logo, that means they're on Twitch. Pretty self-explanatory. But the reason I'm able to do this now is because I'm no longer a Twitch affiliate. I decided to leave the program. You can still support my channel. If you want to subscribe, all you have to do is go down to the panels. You hit the subscribe button if you're on Twitch. There's a panel that redirects you to a subscribe star page. And it's only $1. I'm only accepting $1 per month because I feel like right now that's what I'm worth. Not necessarily what I'm worth, but I don't really want to ask for too much right now. Because I'm not really offering some stuff in exchange right now. It's more just an option for you guys to support. There's also the Stream Elements link down below as well, in case you want to just donate, tip directly. I have to get used to saying tip because I realized that donation is not the correct terminology, and that can get me into legal issues. So, yeah. Anyways, sorry. On YouTube, it's down in the description. It should be like the last two links down in the description. It's also there as well. Sorry. Apparently I'm not used to talking right now. I'm not used to talking at all. So, yeah. Right now, yeah, I'm just waiting for it to download. It shouldn't take too long. I mean, it's a big game, so it's going to take a little bit, but I figured I would just talk right now. But yeah, now we have a voice for Ruby T800, which is exciting. But my thought is, well, I've heard, I don't know if it's true. So I've heard that you can get DMCA'd for Twitch alerts. I don't know how true that is. That's all I've heard. Which is why I'm not playing any sound alerts anymore. All you get is Ruby T800 talking and telling what is happening, which is honestly, to me, like, I was heading in that direction anyways with the alerts, but now it's official. So it just happened a little bit faster than I was going to do it. I was already heading in that direction anyways. I'm also, it depends on the game, but for the most part, I'm no longer be playing game music. Because apparently game companies don't want you playing their music anymore. Because they love to sprinkle in copyrighted music all over the place. And to be honest, even on YouTube, that's still an issue. So both platforms don't like copyrighted music. Games tend to have copyrighted music in them. So unless they have a specific copyright-free setting, I am not going to be playing game music on stream anymore. Unfortunate, because I do enjoy the music. It's just that Twitch and YouTube do not. So we're just going to stop doing it. If that's how companies want to play, I'm willing to play the game with them and just not. Oh yeah, usually I do have water, but right now I don't. Because I'm at home now. So I didn't really bring like a water bottle yet. Maybe next stream. But yeah, fun stuff is happening on YouTube and Twitch. But yeah, I'm streaming on both now. So how you doing, Dade? Yeah. Yeah. See, even on like YouTube, like I've already been struggling because like usually like they have like the YouTube has the setting where you can like trim it out and everything or like mute it and stuff. But I've noticed that doesn't always work. Like I'll hit it and I'll hit the option to mute, and it just doesn't. And so I still have the copyright claim. Now it's not a strike, so it doesn't affect my content. But like I would like to get rid of the copyright claim because like I don't need it there. But it just sometimes it just doesn't do what I want it to do. Like people talk about how YouTube has these tools and everything, but sometimes those tools don't work, which is inconvenient. I don't know why it doesn't work. Like there's this one video that I keep trying to mute the copyrighted music for on YouTube, and it just doesn't want to do it. It just keeps just being there. I have tried hitting the trim option now. I don't know if that'll work, but we'll see. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, as advanced as YouTube is, it's not have the perfect system either. Yeah, in fact, it might have a little bit too picky of a system now. But yeah, I mean, such is the way. The music industry is kind of filled with elitists. I don't know if you guys know this, but there are people in the music industry that really have hard set opinions that no one should be able to play the music for free. Even if you like pay for it and have a license, they're like, you should be paying more for it. And, you know, there are certain people that don't think we pay enough money for music. So they kind of want to do like a movie system where you like buy a ticket and then you have to buy another ticket in order to see it again. Which is weird, but I don't know. I mean, people can have their opinions. It just kind of impedes on us as like people who want to do other things. And, you know, it's not even like I'm not a person who intentionally plays like copyrighted music on streams or anything. I don't really do song requests except maybe every once in a while, except apparently not anymore. But like, I'm not like one of those people that just plays it just for the hell of it. I like usually if there's copyrighted music in my videos, it's because it's in game. That's usually the issue. Now there was stuff where like I put stuff like in the intro, which I mean, okay, fair. I don't really care about the intro. That's why I put it in the intro because I don't care if that gets muted. Because I mean it's a starting stream screen, but you know, but then like companies like Square Enix, Sony, and others have been putting copyrighted music in their games. So like they license it so they're able to use it. But when we play it on our streams, the companies that are like Sony Records gets mad because we're playing a game that has a copyrighted music in them. And we didn't technically license it, even though we did buy the game, so that technically should qualify as a license, but you know, whatever. I don't know. I don't even know how that legally works. I mean, I suppose the people who pay for the license initially are able to use it, but then that does not permit other people to use like that music. So therefore, if you play a game that has the music that was licensed, you will get legally sued, technically speaking. Well, you could be, at least. I don't know if there's a precedent for that. I don't know if anyone's actually been sued because they played a thing that had copyrighted music in it, but technically the license was bought, so I don't really know how that works. I'm not a lawyer. I will never claim to be a lawyer. I'm never going to be a lawyer either. Yeah. Yeah, the classic version didn't have the issue, but now they're pushing their current version, and it's honestly annoying because the classic studio had a lot of good stuff that honestly is much better than the current stuff that they have. They just want to push the new thing because, you know, they put in their money for it, so they want people to use it. People don't want them to use the old thing, but here's the thing: if you want people to use the new thing, how about put the stuff that the old thing has into the new stuff? Would do wonders. Like for me, I like Classic Studio because I knew where to find everything. Like now, the copyright stuff is like buried under like where you publish stuff. Like so basically now, like there used to be a whole like copyright section, so you could just mute everything. Like you just hit mute all, and it would just do it. Now you have to go into every single video that was ever claimed, and it's under like a little section where you put like public, unlisted, private, whatever. And underneath that, like the tiniest, smallest little bar, it says copyright claims. You click that, and it shows you what the copyright claims are on your video. And then you can choose to do mute music, trim segment, or sometimes you can do mute music only. But that kind of doesn't work. Well, the mute music only is a beta thing that half the time you can't even use anyways. And then the mute music option kind of doesn't work. Like I've tried that option so many times. Sometimes it works, most of the time it doesn't. The trim option is the one that guarantees you most of the time works, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like I shouldn't have to like cut it out anyways, but you know, whatever. Like, it's like almost like YouTube doesn't want you to see that you have copyright claims because they bury it so well. They hide it, it's like hide and go seek. Like, they always like move the copyright stuff. Like, it used to have its own section, even in the current stuff, but then they changed it to where it's like under like where you would change like the video status, and it's like the smallest little thing that if you blinked you could miss it. It's like, it's kind of like YouTube doesn't want you to find the copyright claims. Like usually, okay, if you get like a new copyright claim, it usually like has like a little like header at the top. But if it's like old, then it just buries it, and like you might actually forget about it. Yeah. YouTube hasn't been for content creators for a while now, unfortunately. I mean, you can look at basically anything that they're doing, and they don't listen. They say that they listen, but it's clear that they don't. I mean, the whole live sub count thing is a simple one. Like, there is no person on planet Earth, except maybe the executives, that told them that people wanted less statistics. I guarantee you that no one said that. I would love to get the names of the people that they supposedly talked to for advice on that issue, because from what I've seen, any YouTuber, no one has said they wanted less information about their stuff. In fact, if anything, they want more information about what's going on with their stuff. Like, I feel like there's no one that says that, oh, I don't want to see statistics, I don't want to see my live sub count. I know why they did it, because it's pretty obvious. Clearly, they don't like the sub count war thing that goes on, like with the whole PewDiePie versus T series, or even before that, with the whole YouTube drama. There was the whole like Tati thing and James Charles thing where people were going after them, and then there was like the stuff before that where it was like Jake Paul versus Logan Paul or something. And like, it's always like YouTube drama has always been there, right? It's always been there throughout time, and I guess throughout time YouTube has not liked that. And I think when it comes to like advertisers, because they're so concerned with their advertisers, that they don't want their advertisers to see all the drama that's going on. So their thing is, okay, let's hide the live sub count from everyone, so that when advertisers look at the videos, they don't see like a massive drop in sub counts because someone did something wrong. Like, you no longer get to see how many subscribers Shane Dawson lost because of the whole scandal that he was in. Like, they're like trying to suppress like the drama that happens, which honestly is a really bad idea. And that's like, they're trying to push their ad brand stuff, and all that's gotten them is COPPA to notice them, because they've said that they have people under 13 that are on their site, and they're collecting data from them. So COPPA was like, what the fuck are you doing? And stepped in. And it was like they've been bragging about how they have like literal toddlers on their site, and now they're surprised that COPPA is here to enforce that. Because people don't like it when their kids' data is collected. Which, I mean, I don't blame the parents for that. I mean, I do kind of, because it's technically their responsibility to make sure that the kids aren't doing that stuff. But I mean, at the end of the day, it is YouTube's fault. They begged these children to come on this platform, and now they kind of just want them to disappear because like they're causing issues. I mean, whatever. Whatever. And it's like, you can't do kid stuff now, and you can't do adult stuff either. So like, I guess the teens, we're all doing stuff for the teens now. Which honestly, teens and adult and like kid stuff, like honestly, all of that just mixes together anyways. But I don't know what's going on. Technically, children though are allowed on sites. They just need their parents' permission. That's also the other thing. It's technically all you need is like a permission slip from your parents, I think. Yeah, it's mostly Google's fault. It is Google's fault. It's Alphabet's fault. Also, YouTube says that they're going to be playing ads now, even if I don't have the ability to play ads myself, which is fun. So basically, you might see ads on my content. I don't think I can necessarily encourage you to use ad block. But my thing is that that's only going to encourage people to use ad block. Because who wants to watch an ad that like, it doesn't go to their creator? So like, why would they watch it if they don't have to? Like, I feel like it's a bad idea on YouTube. Like, I understand they need to pay for the platform and everything because they're losing money and everything, but at the same time, probably not a good idea to be playing ads where people don't want them. It's like, I mean, I'll be honest, I have adblock. I don't use adblock on all sites. Like, there are certain places where I will disable adblock because out of respect for the like the creators, and also out of respect for certain sites that I have. But I mean, when nobody likes ads, I think that's pretty clear. Nobody likes ads, but we kind of have to have them in order for stuff to be free. And I get that. I do get that. My thing is that some of these ads that they keep playing are really, really annoying, especially when they play them like 50,000 times. And especially when like it's like a certain season, so like certain types of ads play, and like I really don't care about them. Like I don't want to see them. Like if they were like trailers, for example, or like I don't know, insurance ads. I like insurance ads, most of them. Those I wouldn't actually mind, but the stuff that they do play is just really annoying. Look, I'm a person who I like Flow. I like the Gecko from Geico. Like I would be fine, or even Limu Emu. Like I'd be fine with those, but those are not the ads that play. I always get the person who is recommending like the soap you shower with is not good enough, something like that, and then he like smashes like a plate. I've only been getting those ads. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's kind of what I was talking about. Like, yeah. Like I don't want to be like I don't want to be coming to a platform and looking for entertainment and being hit by, you know, like Mark Ward or something. Like I don't care, or even worse. Um, like I don't care. Like anytime, like I don't care whose ad it is, whether I support the candidate or not. I don't give a damn. I don't want to see their ads. And like the more that I see them, the more I like don't want to vote for them. Because it's just so annoying. Like I would be a-okay if all I got were insurance ads, because at least they're fun, and at least like I don't like, who cares if like if Progressive wants to give ads to me, or even Toyota, even if they were car ads, I wouldn't care. It's that they choose like the worst ads to put on these websites, and so like I never want to see them, never want to see any of those ads. I remember when they used to have like Old Spice ads. Those were good. I liked the Old Spice ads. Yeah, yeah, especially like the guy, I don't think it was Terry Crews, but it was the other guy who was like on like a horse and then in the shower and then like in an island or something like that. You ever remember that ad? It wasn't. I don't think it was Terry Crews, but it was a different guy. But he used to be like, I think he used to be like the face of Old Spice. I don't remember his name. Now he has a son that does like ads for them, I think. Yeah, pizza ads are good. I like pizza. I like food ads in general. Like I'd be okay if like Chipotle wanted to put an ad on my video. Like I wouldn't care. But it's like they choose like the worst ads to put. Like no, there's just, or at least they're like so frequent that you want to stab your eyes out because it's like the 50th time that you've seen it. It's like, come on. I don't need to know about the soap you shower with. I really don't. Where I personally don't need to really know like what you guys use. I always get those like Manscaped ads and everything. I'm just like, what? I mean, to be fair, I did turn off targeted ads, so that's probably why. Because I don't want YouTube collecting all of my data and giving me ads that I want to see. So that's probably part of the reason why I don't see ads that I would necessarily enjoy. So there is that, technically speaking. Yeah, oh, it's done now. Hey, it's done. Okay, cool. Is it updating now? Oh god. I always hate it when you download a game and then it needs to update. Because like, why don't you just do it when it's downloading? That would be so much easier. Like it's almost like a false hope thing. Like it tells you, oh, it's done now, but now it needs to update. It's like, okay, thank you. Why couldn't you just do that when you were downloading the fucking thing? I'm sure there's like a programming reason or like a technical reason why that happens, but yeah, I know how to add moderators. I just don't. I don't have any moderators because I just decide to do stuff by myself. I used to have moderators, and it's nothing against them, but I don't know. I just I'm small enough where I can be in control of my own stuff, so I might as well. Yeah, I do know though. Yeah, I am very much aware. So I guess it's gonna be longer than I thought it was because apparently I need 27 more gigs because of an update to the game that I just downloaded. So I guess it's gonna be longer than I thought it would be. MK11 Ultimate? I mean, it's like a Game of the Year edition basically, where it just puts everything together. It I mean, I've already played through MK11 the storyline. I know they're adding story. To be honest, I'll probably just watch it. Like I enjoy MK and everything, but the thing is I don't play it enough to where I would get my money's worth. Like it's cool that they have like Terminator and RoboCop, and there's talk of maybe Ash Williams will be added as well. And then I also saw that they added Melina and Rain as well, which is cool. But I feel like I'm just waiting for Injustice 3. Like I know they're working on something that's going to be in between MK11 and Injustice 3. I think they said it was like a new IP, but I could be mistaken. Some people are thinking that they're like working on like a Marvel versus DC thing. I would love to a Marvel versus DC game, but the thing is, I don't think that's what's happening. Because I think it's unlikely that we'll get that anytime soon, especially since they have to worry about because they're owned by Warner Brothers, so they're able to use Mortal Kombat and DC stuff. But when it comes to stuff like Marvel, technically Disney owns that. Or I don't know who distributes them through the games, but Disney for the most part owns Marvel. So they're the ones in charge of licensing all of this. And let's be honest, Disney's probably not going to do it. I mean, maybe if it makes them enough money, maybe if they are able to like get like the proper yeah. Yeah. Like Disney will ask for like 99% of the profits, and then Warner Bros is going to be like, "What the fuck? No, we're not giving you 99% of the profits." And then like it's just going to be a mess if they try to do that whole thing. I would love, don't get me wrong, I would love a Marvel vs DC collab, even if it was like a movie that they did. But or like if it's a movie, I would much prefer an animated movie over like a live action thing, because let's be honest, animation is better. But if it's like a game, I would love that 100%. Unfortunately, we're working with properties now that are not easy to obtain whatsoever and are very expensive. Especially if they want to get certain characters, like those are going to be very, very pricey to just alone, just rent. It's like, ever since like unfortunately Stan Lee passed away, they've been I mean, even before that, when Disney obtained the property, they've been very not friendly about collaborating, which is a shame. Because Marvel, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Marvel and DC actually used to have collaborations. In fact, Stan Lee actually wrote a few DC comics back in the day. They weren't good, but they were interesting. They were definitely different. animation you can do a lot more. It's just a matter of fact. It's not that I hate live action, it's just that I just prefer animation. Because there's so much more that you can do when it's like drawn and everything. You don't have to worry about like practical effects or CGI or anything like that, or getting the right actors to be a part of your thing. I just find animation to be a lot better. I've always preferred animation over live action though. Yeah, I remember when I think there was some sort of like crossover. I think in the comics, I forget. I think did the X-Men do it? I could have sworn like there's definitely like Marvel character, like technically speaking, Marvel is technically canon in the DC universe at some point. I think there's just like through like a multiverse thing. Hmm. Um. Yeah. There's like all those like versus things, which was cool. I don't know if this game is ever going to download. What is happening? I guess we'll just change it to just chatting. I just I thought this would be a little bit faster, but I guess not. Oh well. Um, I guess technically speaking, I should probably move out of this category. Oh well. We can always do it tomorrow. It'll definitely be better. It'll definitely be ready for tomorrow. Uh, I just thought it might be a little bit faster. It's just the fact that it has to update as well. Well, I'm not using a console. Nothing against it. It's just easier to do it on PC, to be honest. I'm thinking of getting an Xbox, but like Xbox Series X. I'm not a fan of Sony, to be honest. I know people are weird about that. The whole thing. Um, I used to like Sony, but the business practices from Sony have there are things that I don't agree with Sony at all. Especially like it's not just with their games, but it's also just the big scope of things. I know there's all the hype for PS5 obviously, but ever since I've started playing on the Xbox, I've always preferred the Xbox over the PC over the PlayStation. Um PC obviously you can do a lot more with. It's, to be honest, sometimes a little bit less expensive, which helps. And since I stream, it's just easier to have it on one platform. Um, that is true. It's not like I don't want. I'm not a person who's like a PC master race or anything like that. Because honestly, I think that stuff is stupid. But like I don't trust. Yeah, I don't trust either of them. But my theory is, I'm already using Microsoft, right? So I might as well, if I want to, use the Microsoft system, because at least it's going to one place. Whereas if I use Sony, giving it to more people. No, that's not the reason. It's just there's a lot of stuff that Sony has done that I just don't agree with. Their whole they kind of act like this like entitled asshole kind of thing that I don't like. I don't know. To be fair, so does Microsoft. Like neither company is superior than the other. Like they both have their issues, but for me, Sony has just done more things that are just, eh. And honestly, I prefer Xbox controllers over Sony controllers. Like I don't like the DualShock stuff. I've never really liked them. Even like the PS2 controller was decent, but the PS3 and PS4 controllers just weren't my thing. I much prefer like the Xbox 360 and Xbox One controllers. I don't know. I know people have like different reasonings why they prefer one or the other. To be fair, I don't care what platform you use. I'm all good. I don't really care. I don't care. I don't care what platform you use. I am not a person who will like end friendships because you use a Switch or a PlayStation. Like, I don't care. But for me personally, I just prefer Xbox. And then, but I do kind of prefer PlayStation now. Not PlayStation, PC now. Because let's be honest, you can do a lot more with the PC. Simple as that. It's also easy to just like carry around a laptop, for example. I like if I were to get a console, and technically yes, consoles are portable, but you need like a TV and like HDMI and everything. Whereas if you just have a laptop, all you need is a laptop in order for it to power. And honestly, I like there are certain things where if there's a certain price, I don't want to be carrying them around anyways. Like, it's not like I bring like my PC to school. No, I bring my laptop because I don't want anything to happen to my computer. That would not be fun. I don't know how long this will actually take though. But yeah, I guess we'll just hang out then. It's like not even like 50% yet with the update. But yeah, we'll do Man of Medan tomorrow. Yeah, we'll do Man of Medan tomorrow. I thought I could get a head start today, but clearly not. I don't know. I guess this. I think this more has to do with like what I'm comfortable with using. Like, for example, I have an iPhone. Always has. Always have. I just prefer the iPhone over like an Android, just because it's like I'm used to using the iPhone, to be honest. And honestly, I just prefer it. Like, yeah, I know like the device war thing has been interesting. Like, people get very protective over like their devices that they use, whether it's like a console or a phone, what phone they use, whether it's a Windows phone, iPhone, Android, whatever. And I'm just like, I'm just gonna use what I want to use. Like, I don't really care what you use. I mean, I'll joke about it, like, you use Android, loser. But like, I won't be like serious about it. Like, some people take it like way too seriously. Like, people are way too serious when it comes to their devices and what they use. Like, if you want to use a potato for a phone, I couldn't give a damn. Like, as long as you're happy, do what you want. Use a potato as a phone. In fact, I kind of want to actually see a potato smartphone now. That would be kind of interesting. Because, potatoes can actually give power. It's just not a whole lot of power. I'm curious how many potatoes it would take to actually even have a phone work. How many potato batteries would it take to power a phone? That is a curious question. Because it does take a lot to power even the smallest like phone. Because you would need a nanochip and you would need like a conductor and everything. Now I'm really contemplating how many potatoes it would take to power a cell phone. But you wouldn't get Wi-Fi. I mean, even if it was just a cell phone and not a smartphone. I mean, GLaDOS got it working fine, but she did have like a little bit of an issue with it. But If GLaDOS can get it working, though, does that mean that a potato might be a little bit more powerful than what we think it is? Because if it can power GLaDOS, then hmm. Or did GLaDOS power the potato? Who powered who? I don't know. I don't know. I guess that is the big question. Who powered who? Did the potato power GLaDOS, or did GLaDOS power the potato? I don't know. I'm very curious where this new generation will go, though. I am curious for that. Because I've been hearing things. And of course, right now they're all rumors because we don't know if they're going to end up being true. Like, technically speaking, the new Bethesda game should be coming out soon-ish. I mean, I don't know what they're doing at that. Don't know. I'm hoping that the new IP is good, though, because it would be really bad if it wasn't good at all. There were theories that they were going to announce it like this year at E3, but of course that wasn't a thing. It's possible that they'll announce it at the Game Awards, depending how they're going to do the Game Awards. I mean, I know it's going to be online, it's going to be virtual. I'm assuming they're going to have trailers to drop because, I mean, it's Game Awards. So, like, probably they're not just going to just say, these are the ones that win. So they're going to try to make a show out of it. So I'm thinking they're definitely going to have, like, world premieres and everything. And I'm wondering if Bethesda's game going to be part of that, or if they're just going to wait for next year. I'm thinking, like, it should be coming soon because, I mean, they've been able to drop teasers about it. So that means it's probably along the way. I guess it just depends on, like, because technically, like, the whole new game thing was supposed to be, like, I think it was supposed to be, like, a next-gen launch, is what they were kind of implying. And I know it's going to be a timed exclusive, meaning I believe Xbox will get it first and PC, and then PlayStation will eventually get it. Because, you know, I don't know if you guys, I don't know if you guys heard, but Bethesda is actually now part, I think, of Xbox Game Studios. I think they're part of that now. But they're not going exclusive, they're going timed exclusive, which is interesting. I mean, fair enough. I mean, they already have their fan base kind of built, so makes sense that they wouldn't necessarily want to go completely exclusive, but they also have been having issues with Sony and PlayStation. Like, obviously, like, I don't think they were going to, like, make their brand new IP exclusive. Like, that would be kind of dumb on their part if they did that. With Starfield and everything. But, you know, I really don't blame Bethesda for favoring Xbox over PlayStation, especially given the whole, like, modding situation and everything that happened. And also, they've had issues with PlayStation in the past. So, of course, they're going to favor Xbox over Sony. Over PlayStation. I think they've just had a better experience with Microsoft. So, I mean, makes sense they would favor Microsoft. Like, it wasn't just, like, the recent things, but I remember they had a lot of issues with Skyrim at launch on the PlayStation especially. Like, they had issues with like, Xbox and everything, but they had a lot of issues with PlayStation. I remember, like, hearing about that. When is this game going to finish. We're like roughly 50%. There's just so many games that need updating. Because I haven't logged, like, there's so many that need updating. Oh boy. Everything needs updating. Of course, everything needs updating. What else has been happening? Oh yeah, I voted for the Game Awards. I voted for Ghost of Tsushima for Game of the Year because honestly, I think it deserves it. Have I played that many games that are being nominated? No, but I have watched a lot. And I know technically watching is not necessarily the best assessment, but I'm not gonna pay for every single game that is nominated. And I'm not like a professional reviewer, so who gives a shit? I don't think I'm gonna be streaming it today anyways. I think it's taking longer than I thought it would, to be honest. So it'll definitely be tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. So yeah, if you're tired, you can go to bed. But yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. In fact, tomorrow probably around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm curious as to what will actually like happen with the Game Awards. I am going to bet that Last of Us 2 wins at least one award. What award that is, I don't know. But the media has been trying to push this narrative that The Last of Us 2 is better than it was. Now, as a person who's not like a huge Last of Us fan, I can't necessarily assess whether the game is good or not. But from what I've heard, there are very, very mixed opinions about it. And I understand those mixed opinions as well, because I mean, I know what happens. And I understand the frustrations, especially with certain scenes. Is that going to impede on its ability to win awards? No. Because the media wants to push the narrative that The Last of Us 2 is better than it was. What I'm thinking is going to happen is that either Laura Bailey or the other one is going to win the best performance. I don't know. I forget the other one that was nominated. I believe it was Ellie, like the person who voices Ellie. I believe she was nominated alongside the main protagonist for Ghost of Tsushima, the main protagonist for Hades, and something else. But when I'm thinking, like, I could see them winning best performance because they clearly want to push that, like, The Last of Us 2 was this phenomenal piece that, you know, had brilliant performances from Laura Bailey and, like, I don't remember the other person's name. Of the two, I don't know which one they're gonna give it to. Of the two, probably I would think they would give it to Ellie. But I'm guessing with the stuff that happened with the whole Abby situation, they're probably going to give it to Abby. Like, of the two, they would probably actually give it to Abby. Because like, it's just what they want to do. I won't be surprised if Laura Bailey wins that category. I don't necessarily see it winning the Game Awards. The Game of the Year, I mean. It could very well, but I think Ghost of Tsushima is going to get that one. Or, because Doom was also, and Hades was also nominated under that category. I don't think Hades, I think Hades deserves it, but I don't think it's going to get it. I think it'll end up going between, like, if I were a betting person, I would go either Ghost of Tsushima or Last of Us 2 for Game of the Year. Last of Us 2 might have a slight edge to it because of how the media wants to portray it. But yeah, I don't know which way it's gonna go. I don't know. I do think that Last of Us. I think both of them will get rewards though. I think what will happen is that one of them will probably dominate the categories that they've been nominated in, and the other will get Game of the Year. That's what happened with Red Dead Redemption. That's what's been happening for a while. Is that they give one award. I'll probably be wrapping up soon, anyways. To be honest, but what usually happens is they give one game a bunch of awards in like several categories, and then they give a different game of the year, which is kind of weird, but also kind of makes sense. Like I know, like they don't want to, like they want to say both games were good, but we're just gonna divide it this way. I don't know if that's going to end up happening, whether like Ghost of Tsushima will get a bunch of awards but won't win Game of the Year, and then they give Last of Us 2 the Game of the Year. I don't know if that's going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. Would it deserve it? Some people would say yes, others would say hell no. I guess we'll see what happens. I guess actually, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to really talk about. I mean, I thought this game would be ready. Apparently not. I will be definitely streaming it tomorrow, and I'll start earlier as well. Start streaming earlier. I was already like the reason why I started later is because I watched the movie, and then I also had to set up everything. Now that everything's set up, and then I'll wait for it obviously to fully install. We'll definitely be playing it tomorrow. So thank you guys for stopping by today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, guys. It's been a blast.